Perfection. It's something we all try to chase, whether it's in our work, our relationships, or even in just the way we look. We always want everything to be perfect. We don't want our hair to be out of place. We want our clothes to be perfect. We want to be the most befitting version of ourselves in the society. And I don't feel very proud to say, but I myself have been and perhaps still am a perfectionist. But the problem with this is perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist, and yet we spend most of our time chasing it, virtually giving up the moments or the opportunities that life presents us. We live in a world that constantly tells us what should be perfect. We slap on filters on our Instagram pictures. We look at people's lives. We're constantly bombarded with images of people living their best lives, and we see ourselves and we start comparing. This is what perfection looks like. And obviously, those are unrealistic standards that are not only hard to meet but even harder to sustain. And we think to ourselves, what if I am not able to maintain those standards or even reach those standards in the first place? And what if I'm not perfect? How is the world going to treat me? How would I fit in? And this constant anxiety of not being able to fit in the world, and simply just feeling like you're being left out just because you're not perfect. You see, here's the thing. Perfectionism isn't about doing the things in the best way. It's about doing the things in a way that cannot be criticized by others, that will earn you praise from all people. But then how realistic is that? There's always going to be someone who's going to dislike your work, or who's going to make fun of you, perhaps not in a sense that you would assume, perhaps not publicly, but maybe behind your back. There's always going to be someone, there's always going to be some incident where you will have to see that all of your efforts went into vain, that what you're trying to be, that how perfect you're trying to be, the other person is not taking it. They're just not taking it, that's all. Let me ask you this. How many times have you worked on a project and spent hours working on the most minute of details, only to later realize that they don't really matter? This happens really with video editors. Like, they would get down even to the shortest of frames and try to make it perfect. But once the video is rendered, it doesn't make a difference. It hardly even gets noticed. And I believe that it is this striving for perfection that puts undue pressure on most of the individuals today. So here's a couple of lines that I wrote about perfectionism, and these basically sum up everything. These lines go: perfection's a myth. Perfection's a myth, a tale that's told, a cage for the timid, a weight on the bold. But the real magic, the secret untold, is to embrace the imperfections and to break from the fold. So here's a challenge, here's what I say. You don't need perfection to light your way. Just be real, just be free. Let the imperfections shine through, let them be. For me personally, being a perfectionist has stopped me from making videos from a long time. I'd always wanted them to be perfect. I always said I'd wait when I have the right equipment, or when I have a better idea, or when I have something XYZ. These are all the excuses that I'd give myself for not making such kind of videos. And it's only recently that I've realized that this is it. This is all the opportunity that I'm going to get. It isn't going to get any better. I have all the setup of a camera, I have the lights, I have everything that I need for making a video, and if I don't start now, then there won't be a start. And then there's another quote that if nothing changes, nothing changes, which deeply motivated me to start this series on YouTube. And this is all that I wanted to talk about perfectionism. And in the end, I just want to say that if you want to do something but you're stuck because you think you're not perfect at it, just for one moment, let that thought relieve your mind and try and make something the out of the talent that you have. Just let the creativity flow, let your true self do whatever you want to do. Just don't bother about being perfect, don't bother about what the world would think or how cringe or how bad it might turn out. What's the worst case scenario? It's not going to work out, that's it. But the best case scenario is that if it does work out, then you'll have a passion that you can follow, and there's simply nothing like it. That would be all for today.